First off, congratulations to Belmont, Belmont University, Coach Bird, and those players over there. Tremendous team, tremendous program. They've had a terrific season. Great championship game. I really believed, and I really felt we had a great opportunity to close the game out in the end of the second half. But it wasn't meant to be. For whatever reason, you can probably point to a lot of things. But credit, both teams were extremely resilient because both teams went on runs. It was a great game. I'm proud of our guys. The most disappointing thing is that you weren't able for these 6 seniors to keep playing and get to where we wanted to go because they've represented this program, they've represented this conference, and they've represented our university at the highest level that they've probably seen in this conference in a long, long time, if not the highest level. And then when you're at Murray State, there's a contingent of people that basketball means an incredible amount to, and we weren't able to get it done today. But I think we showed the type of basketball team we were this week, and this one will be hard to stomach.
Questions?
Coach, you ever hit 13 out of 16 second half and shoot that good and lose a game? Feel good?
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. I just probably not. Probably not. I don't know what they shot second half. They shot 50%. We just weren't able to close the game. That was the bottom line. A minute to go. We had everything in our favor. I really have to go back and look at the last minute. You don't want to point fingers. It was a physical game. It's credit to Belmont for figuring out a way to get it to the first overtime.
Coach, what explanation did you get for the stoppage in play after his shot? And what are you going to call a timeout there?
I don't. Let's just move on from that play. It's. It was. I didn't listen correctly. I'll just take the blame on that. I didn't listen correctly, and looking back, should have just got the ball across half court, call a timeout, and run one of our last second plays. I had something set up for the sideline. The guy walked. I made a poor decision in late game situation, so pin that on me.
Coach, what about the turnovers? You guys were so good at taking care of the ball yesterday. Was it more about what Belmont was doing?
Yeah, I think their pressure. Their pressure and some decision making, some pressure. Isaiah's our 1 point guard, and then we have a lot of wings. So a lot of people have to handle the ball. But credit Belmont for their pressure, for the turnovers, and that was a big key. We did a terrific job defending Belmont. How Belmont scored today was off turnovers, and got some easy baskets. When we got them down, they got easy baskets.
Coach, would you like to speak to your fans, support, people who travel to support you?
Yeah, Racing Nation is great. There's nothing like, coaching at Murray State. The expectations and the pressure. It's just like at a high major university, just in Kentucky, the high level, high major schools of BCS. That's what Murray State is, because you're expected to win. You're expected to win championships. You're expected to have great players. And you're expected to win. And as the leader and as the head coach, you're expected to win this game today. And we weren't able to close it out. But speaking of our fans, tremendous fan support. It's been like that, last year 6 consecutive sellouts. This year, we're up and down. We have 7,500 people in our arena. It's one of the best mid-major programs. It's one of the best basketball. Forget mid-major. It's one of the best basketball programs and supported basketball programs. Look at the games on TV, and look at the crowds, and then look at Murray State. When you look at this, the frustrating thing is just our league needs more respect. The bottom line, our league needs more respect because the top 4 teams in our league are very, very good. and we probably won't get, you know, an NIT berth or an NCAA berth, you know, at large. And I understand that, and I can understand both sides of it. But our league, we need to continue to build our league.
Isaiah, how tough is it this game for you, especially since you guys had multiple chances to really put this game away?
It's tough. Just losing, period. And I mean, we hate losing as a team, and to lose in a championship game is real tough. I mean, things happen for a reason.
On the turnover, was it just not a good pass, or did you take your eye off the ball? It looked like it went off your foot.
Yeah, just dribbled. It was just a mistake on my part. I was dribbling like regular, but I guess my foot was in the way and it rolled off my foot.
Steve, is there any one number on that piece of paper in front of you that jumps out at you the worst?
Well, just 26 turnovers. And I mean some, you know, unforced. I didn't even see. I was looking on the other end, and then I just saw the ball rolling back. You know, but just the turnovers. This one's hard to stomach because I mean, as if we should have been able to close that game. And if I take the blame, I'll take the blame. We should have been able to close that game. That's the bottom line.
Coach, do you see that fatigue played a role in some of those late turnovers and maybe the decisions on your players just playing 2 games in a row with the short bench?
Fatigue was going to be both factors for they don't have a huge bench either. So fatigue, I think, both ways. You know, we had opportunity. We you know, the turnovers. Some of it came from their pressure. A lot of it came from their pressure. They're a great defensive team. You know, it was a terrific defensive game for the most part. I mean, both teams really competing on the defensive end, and you know, the fatigue. I mean, it's going to play some part of a role, but it's both ways for both teams. So I don't, you know, you just got to make better decisions and take care of the ball a little bit better.
For Stacey or Isaiah, can you just talk about Karan Johnson and what makes him so hard to guard?
I mean, he's a solid player. I wouldn't say he's hard to guard, but I mean, he's just solid. He's not gonna do anything he can't, and he just made crucial shots down the stretch. We did a good job of containing him early on, but I mean, they called some cheap fouls on me, so I couldn't be aggressive how I wanted to, and I mean, they just made the best of it.
Steve, 3 years ago, you guys came down here with the high expectations and came up short, kind of like today. We expect you to play more games, potentially. What's the mindset in that locker room right now, and your job the next week to try to piece everybody together if there is more basketball to be played?
Yeah, I don't know if there's more basketball to be played. I'm not sure. You know, I have to look and try to do my research to see if we're going to get an NIT bid. You know, most likely not going to get an NCAA bid. You know, if you watch the games, if you watch us play, and you look at the teams we beat in St. John's, South Dakota State, Belmont, Eastern Kentucky, you know, and I'm missing 1 or 2 other good wins that we've had. And we've had some quality wins. We've had some tough losses. The thing I'm most proud of with this team, though, is all the questions we've handled all this year about, you know, we could have easily gone a lot of different directions, and we never did. Our team never wavered. We stuck together, and I'm still baffled we weren't able to close this championship game out in the first half. But we'll see. Really need to sit down and talk to these guys, the seniors, and you know, and I don't know how to really factor if we're going to get an NIT, but I don't know how that really works. And there's a lot of factors into play with our team. So I don't know. I don't really have a good answer for that. Sorry about that.
Isaiah, what'd you do to get it going second half? You had a tough first half, so did Clark. Offensive.
I just got better looks, and teammates did a good job of finding me when they could. Belmont, main focus was to try to keep me from getting in the lane or getting the open shots, and my teammates knocked down some shots. Stacy knocked down 5 3-pointers, so they had to key in on him some, and that freed me up in the second half. But that's pretty much it.
Stacy, is there a moment, good or bad, that stood out for you in this tournament?
Yeah, I thought we was gonna win. Basically, we can't. I love my teammates. You know, we fought to the end, but I guess it wasn't meant to be. But I knew them guys for a couple years. You know, they gonna always be like my brothers. But it would have been a better feeling winning than losing, because we hate losing as a team. So that's basically it.
One more question.
Coach, with Karan in those last 2 plays, do you feel like your defense did everything they could to stop him? It's just the guy making a play?
And Karan made a terrific shot at the end. You know, he made a tough shot over Ed. Like I said, we gave up too many easy baskets and layups. I mean, if you chart their points, we gave up a lot of layups. They didn't make a bunch of. I don't think they made a bunch of perimeter jump shots. I could be wrong, but there's a lot of layups and a lot of scores off our turnovers. Karan's he's a great player. Him and Ian Clark, they're a terrific backcourt. Belmont's they're a great team. I mean, give them a lot of credit. It's frustrating how the game ended, though, and I'll take the blame for that.